Hi, Sadis, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya. Hope you are doing great. So Trump is attacking cattle ranchers, farmers, telling them that they have to be thankful to him after screwing them up. How do you want them to be thankful? Because at this point in time, they are actually gearing up to sue him and his administration. But I don't know if they are going to win because this man looks like there's a legislative, executive, and judiciary at this point in time from the things I am saying. Right? Now, he actually told them that he's been saving their butts. Why? Because of the tariff he put on Brazil and like other places and all that. And then he went to Argentina to donate a lot of money. And saying that they are going through a lot, they are suffering, and he has to rescue them. Now, I don't know. I just do not understand people that are kind to outsider, but they are not kind to their own citizens. Because somehow you are giving these people money, and your own people are going through it. You and I already have been following what has been going on with the farmers and all that. It's really been pretty bad, right? And this one is traveling up and down, going to give people money and leaving his own people behind. But then I love it for his own people because next time they will choose wisely who they want to, who they are voting for because they were told. And we wanted to know that majority of let's say 100% of the farmers actually white farmers voted for Donald Trump. And now they are crying for help. Let's get into
President Trump has spent way too much time talking to foreign leaders and not enough time talking to our very own farmers. Because he is selling out our farmers, and I don't even think he realizes it.
You have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are
Argentina is fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything. They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina. I think he's trying to do the best he can. But don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying.
So apparently we're going to buy beef from Argentina, which is going to undercut our farmers who are already struggling. President Trump says it's because Argentina is broke and that they are dying. Well, the United States is broke, almost 38 trillion in debt to be specific. This is what our farmers are dealing with. Blue line is the number of farms we have each year, and every single year family farms are closing down. The corporate farms keep buying up all the land and consolidating. Average age of a farmer is 58 years old, and there's not enough new farmers coming in. So what are we going to do when all of these farmers retire? It's really no secret why people don't want to become farmers, because investors like our very own vice president keep buying up all the farmland. There's one company alone that JD Vance invests in that is buying up all the farmland, which increases the price. So now families can't compete with the big investors. And 84% of farm households earned at least half their total income from off-farm sources, meaning that farmers have second and even third jobs to support themselves. They are making nothing off their farming business. That's because of the mass consolidation of the meatpacking industry. 4 big companies process 85% of the beef in the United States, and 2 of these are foreign. And this is the crazy thing. As the prices of beef have increased at the store, farmers are actually making less money because of these 4 meat packers who are shorting our farmers but increasing prices at the store. And how did these 4 companies get all this power in the first place? Well, there's 2 reasons. Number 1 is overregulation, where small packers literally can't afford to jump through all of the hoops the USDA has put in place. Number 2, predatory prices. So these corporate packers came in, had super low prices at first, put everyone else out of business, and then when there was no one left, they spiked their prices. Meanwhile, Speaker Johnson has kept the House in recess for weeks, saying that, oh, we did our job, we passed the CR bill, forgetting that the House has a lot more responsibilities than just passing a CR once a year. Like right now, we need to pass the Prime Act, which would allow farmers to go to any state-approved packer and not just one of the big 4. And we need a bill to enforce country of origin labeling. Right now, if you go to the store and you see a meat package that says made in America, it doesn't actually mean that it was made in America. Cows could be born, raised, and blank outside the United States, but still have the made in the USA sticker. We deserve to know if our meat is coming from Argentina or an American farmer? This is what we need to do. We have 2 senators and we have 1 House of Representative. I always have it on my website so you can find them very easily. Reach out to them. You can either call their office or fill out a form on their website and ask for the Prime Act and for country of origin labeling. You should also learn how to grow your own food. I have to be honest, it's really disappointing that President Trump is saying Argentina is dying, because what is happening to our very own farmers? Farmer blank rates are 2 to 5 times higher than the national average. This is devastating. When you look at everything that they are up against, it's really no secret why. That's why President Trump needs to take a break from talking with foreign leaders all the time and talk to our very own farmers. And when he does that, I am sure he will see the dire situation we are in our country today. As always, let me know your thoughts about this and make sure you're following me for more.
I really think Trump just said F them farmers.
Question is, what do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything. They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina. I think he's trying to do the best he can, but don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying. All right? They're dying.
And there you have it, right out of the rotten orange's mouth. It shouldn't shock anyone, because Donald Trump has always been someone who didn't care about United States farmers. Hell, he proved that in his first term. Farms took a massive hit. As reported by the Farm Bureau, the actual amount of Chapter 12 bankruptcy filings skyrocketed. There was a 24% increase of Chapter 12 bankruptcy filings by farmers because of Donald Trump and his trade war with China. And Donald Trump's running that same play again. This is a breakdown from the Federal Reserve of Minneapolis, and they are taking a look at the 9th District and how it holds up to other farms across the country. You can see the massive spike of bankruptcies that are occurring all across the United States. Donald Trump has these farmers literally praying for help. I mean it.
Federal government steps in to save them. Farmers have no one to turn to but God.
Farmers, in my opinion, dear Lord, and it's only my opinion, are closer to me than anyone else on this earth, because we deal with your earth every day. Dear Lord, we're hurting, dear Lord. We can't help what's happened to us.
Excuse the fuck out of me. Did he just say they can't help what happened to them? Hey, Arkansas farmers, I just want to remind you, this is literally what you voted for. You all voted for Donald Trump at a 64.2% clip. I do want to shout out Little Rock, though, who voted for Kamala Harris. Arkansas farmers, when you say you can't help what happened to you, you could. You could. You know how? You know how you could have actually helped this? Pretty damn simple. You could have voted for Kamala Harris. If farmers continue to go bankrupt and lose their farms, this is going to be a huge impact to all American citizens. There's going to be food shortages. We're going to feel it. The prices of groceries are going to go up. This is going to be bad.
When do you think these MAGAs are going to figure out that their orange God King doesn't give a shit about them? Trump was just asked by a reporter about the bailout that he is giving to Argentina, which is completely unconstitutional, by the way, since Congress didn't approve it. Not that we follow the Constitution anymore. But anyway, he was asked about that bailout, which is now up to $40 billion. And he was asked specifically what he would say to farmers here in the United States who overwhelmingly voted for him, and what he would say about how it is that bailing out bailing out Argentina is more important than bailing out farmers. And you know what he said? He attacked the reporter for asking the question, of course, because that's what he does. But he made it very clear in his answer attacking the reporter, who he said has no idea what she's talking about, that Argentina, they're fighting for their lives or some bullshit. That's what he said. Never answered the question about the farmers, and made himself pretty obvious what he was saying to the farmers, and that is, That's what he said to the farmers. He said, I don't care. I ain't giving you shit. I'm giving this money to Argentina. You know, the same country where China is now buying their soybeans from, since they stopped buying soybeans from American farmers since Trump implemented his tariffs. Also illegal, by the way, since Congress didn't approve it. So he puts in these tariffs. China stops buying from American farmers, starts buying from Argentina, and then Trump gives money to Argentina to the tune of $40 billion while MAGA farmers are losing their farms. Yeah, I'd say that's a royal fuck you to the farmers.
This is a direct quote from the President of the United States. The cattle ranchers, who I love, don't understand that the only reason they are doing so well for the first time in decades is because I put tariffs on cattle coming into the United States, including a 50% tariff on Brazil, Trump wrote on Truth Social. If it weren't for me, they would be doing just as they've done for the past 20 years. Terrible. So, to cattle ranchers, farmers, anybody that is in that industry, that lifestyle that facilitates their fucking survival, gives them happiness, makes them feel fulfilled, whatever it is, right? I cannot imagine how stupid you must feel to have voted for a man. If you did vote for that stupid motherfucker who said, hey, the reason why you've been doing so fucking terrible, you idiot, you fucking incapable, stupid piece of shit. The reason why your fucking ranch and your farm has been doing shit awful for the last 20 years plus. Have you even tasted success at all? You fucking sad excuse for a rancher. The only reason you're seeing any crumb of success at all in this year alone is because of Donald Trump's tariffs that have only been in place for what? 10 and a half months? That's what he's telling you. He's saying, hey, stop asking me hard questions and shit I don't want to fucking answer. You need to be on your knees licking my taint or my chin badussy, because your current success that you're not currently experiencing in actual life, that's why you're yelling these questions at me in the first place. That's all because of me. The success that is actually struggle in the real world is because of me and these wonderful tariffs. Mind you, he said that the tariffs brought peace to the world, and that's what led to the ceasefire between Israel and Gaza. Ceasefire. Again, go check the news. Tell me what kind of ceasefire is that, right? We've seen Donald Trump shit on veterans. We've seen him shit on farmers. And for some reason, those exact people turn around and support and vote for him. If that's not the dumbest shit, how do you accept that? You want to tell all your buddies, your family members, you're a successful rancher, you're a successful farmer, you're able to provide for yourself and your family because of the work you do on the ranch and the farm, or even maybe all the fucking capabilities, the levels of success you can reach as a fucking farmer, as a rancher, right? And Donald Trump is looking at you and going, hey, I want you to know that I love you and that you're only successful this year after 20 plus years of just being a dog shit waste of oxygen. It's because of the tariffs that have made things harder for you. Because this orange motherfucker doesn't understand that the importer, the consumer, ultimately pays the fucking tariffs. He is quite literally like one of the dumbest people on earth ever. Not even like currently, but one of the dumbest people to ever exist on the planet ever. Like that's without a doubt. That man is stupid, bro. Do y'all remember when he said that the bad parts of the economy are Biden and the good parts are him? We are dealing with maybe an undiscovered, unresearched level of fucking narcissism and delusion.
Trump's grand plan to start buying beef from Argentina is not popular. This is why he just tweeted this just probably less than half an hour ago. The cattle ranchers, who I love, don't understand that the only reason they are doing so well for the first time in decades is because I put tariffs on cattle coming into the United States, including a 50% tariff on Brazil. If it weren't for me, they would be doing just as they've done for the past 20 years. Terrible. Because what does he know about cattle ranching? Really, what does he know about it? Absolutely nothing. It would be nice if they would understand that, but they also have to get their prices down because the consumer is a very big factor in my thinking also. Sir, they also have to earn a living. These are people that probably predominantly voted for him. And he's over here doing that abusive relationship rhetoric. Not for me, then you would be so horribly off. Now, this tweet is a reply to the pushback that he has been getting from saying that we need to start buying beef from Argentina. That has not been popular, like I said, even among MAGA. I've even been reading in comment sections people that are pretty historically pro everything that he does. Is they're now saying things like this I don't agree with. And so a narcissist, an abuser, they don't like, they're insecure, and they don't like when people disagree with them. That's why No King's Day pissed him off. And it pisses him off that there's articles like this. This tweet, I guarantee you, is a reply to articles like this. This was published yesterday. The headline, Why U.S. Cattle Ranchers Say Trump's Argentine Beef Import Talk is No Solution to Domestic Supply Threat. Again, these are what the cattle ranchers, the experts in that field. Trump has this, and his whole administration have this thing where they don't like to listen to experts. Of course, you can pull this up to read it yourself. You see the headline and the source right there. But the key points from this article, President Donald Trump floated the idea of importing Argentine beef after his administration's recent bailout plan for the cash-strapped Latin American nation. Remember, we've given like 40 million or something like that money to Argentina. America first. Other key points, U.S. cattle farmers are not happy with what they say would amount to market manipulation to drive down beef prices that hit a record this year. Cattle farmers say dwindling herds due to drought, now at the lowest level since the 1950s, threat of new world screwworm, the reason the government's not doing enough to fix these issues. Just buy beef from Argentina, which does not fix anything at all. So that's why we have tweets like this. If you are a cattle rancher or if you know somebody who is a cattle rancher, let me know your perspective.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
What do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are
Argentina's fighting for its life.
It is? Hell, we fighting for our life over here.
And you don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina.
Ain't nothing benefiting Argentina. I know 40 billion reasons why goddamn something benefiting their ass. That's a hell of a benefit.
They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means?
And do you understand what I mean? When I say we fighting for our life over here, the farmers you promised everything for is fighting for their life over here. Matter of fact, they unaliving themselves.
5 of my customers have committed. That's how serious that this is.
But you continue to give money away, goddamn make a new ballroom, and then you expect to get $230 million from us? For what? For a case you say you won? You ain't win that motherfucker. They goddamn dismissed that shit because you became president. You an asshole. You don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself. And farmers, y'all did that shit to y'allself. Damn, Trump, you fucked over the farmers. Boom, 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 boom.
So Donald Trump is now feuding with America's cattle ranchers, telling them that they should be thankful for him, that they are not being grateful enough, after the cattle ranchers expressed frustration that Donald Trump is importing Argentine beef in order to deal with high beef prices. So here you see a tweet where Trump attacks the U.S. cattle ranchers for their high prices and suggests that they do not understand their own industry. He says that he understands their industry much better than they do. He writes, the cattle ranchers, who I love, don't understand that the only reason they are doing so well for the first time in decades is because I put tariffs on cattle coming into the United States, including a 50% tariff on Brazil. If it weren't for me, they would be doing just as they've done for the past 20 years. Terrible. It would be nice if they would understand that, but they also have to get their prices down because the consumer is a very big factor in my thinking also. And Trump was not done there. He then wrote, in addition to everything else, tariffs on other countries saved our cattle ranchers. Just the complete opposite of the truth. It's just a complete and total lie. These tariffs are absolutely devastating our cattle ranchers, and they are feeling the effects. And importing Argentine beef is just yet another bailout for Argentina. It's nothing to do with America First and actually really hurts our farmers. Yesterday, Merriweather Farms wrote this whole long post. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but they said, "We love and support you, but your suggestion to buy beef from Argentina to stabilize beef prices would be an absolute betrayal to the American cattle rancher." It's time to learn who this man is, Merriweather Farms. "We understand that there are larger economic and geopolitical dynamics at play, including countering CCP influence in countries in our hemisphere. Argentina sells soybeans to the CCP. Donald Trump is helping the CCP by doing this." And maybe the craziest part about all this is Trump's plan doesn't even make any sense. Not only do the ranchers oppose Trump's Argentina beef imports, but exports say that it will not even lower prices at all. So here we go again, another Trump term. The farmers get screwed over again, and Trump says that they should say thank you. We'll keep covering all the news. Remember to follow along and listen to the Midas Touch podcast.
American cattle ranchers are incredibly upset with Donald Trump today after he stated the United States will now be purchasing beef from Argentina.
You have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means?
None of this is about beef. It's because Argentina's president, Javier Milei, loves Israel as much as Trump does. So Argentina needs to be supported even though Milei's stupid economic policies, which MAGA people were told to love, are predictably killing Argentina, but Argentina is Israel's ally. Javier Milei is staunchly pro-Israel. He actually plans to convert to Judaism after leaving office. It doesn't seem so America first. Merriweather Farms actually tweeted, "Dear Donald Trump, we love you and support you, but your suggestion to buy beef from Argentina to stabilize beef prices would be an absolute betrayal to the American cattle rancher." Reporters asked what he'd say to U.S. ranchers, and he responded by saying Argentina is fighting for its life. Meanwhile, 77 American cattle producers a day are going out of business. It seems that as long as you're a Zionist-run government, the United States will always choose you over Americans.
Donald Trump has already hurt farmers across the country, either through immigration policies or trade policies, with maybe the exception of corn farmers when he signed off that allows ethanol to be produced at an increased level year-round, including the amount put in our fuel. But now, he's hurting ranchers. And the beef ranchers in this country are notoriously petty. Do you remember when they sued Oprah because she said don't eat red beef? Well, now Donald Trump is planning on buying beef from Argentina to help the ranchers in Argentina and, in his theory and mind, to lower beef prices in the United States. He's going to bring live beef in from Argentina to the U.S. to lower prices. But the problem is there's nobody to process that beef because he has deported all of the workers. The people who worked at the meat processing plants across the country were overwhelmingly immigrants, and overwhelmingly they have left those jobs either on their own to protect themselves and their families, or they've been deported in raids. So I don't know where he's planning on this beef being processed. We don't even have enough processing power in the country to process the beef that ranchers in the U.S. want processed. But beef ranchers and senators for beef producing states overwhelmingly are against this plan, and they're throwing a fit, with the beef industry saying that this would destroy the beef industry in the United States, that with the struggles that they're already going through thanks to immigration policies, that Donald Trump is on a path that would dismantle beef production in the U.S. if he continues with this plan to buy live beef from Argentina and import it in an attempt to lower costs. Once again, Donald Trump is proving that he doesn't care about the people that voted for him. He only cares about the people that pay him and the people that paid for him.
This is all I got from this video, and this is more like a wake-up call to Americans, especially farmers, because if I ask some farmers tomorrow, would you still vote for this man? Some would tell me yes, because you all already know how they behave. Now they are crying, not even crying and smiling. This one, there is no smile at this point in time because it is choking them. Who voted for this administration? Them. Majority, like, let me say 90 or 90, in fact, 98% of people that are being affected by what is going on today are white farmers. Black farmers are also, but black farmers did not vote for this administration, right? They voted for this man, and this man, now you all can see what is going on. It's obvious, right? There is nothing hidden. And the fact that he already told them that he chose Argentina, like he chose them before his own, because tell me how farmers in the United States are going hungry. They do not have people to work in their farms. Like everything at this point is crazy. And he is telling them that he is trying to help them, and they are proving stubborn or something like that. And he added how many percent? 50% tax tariff on what? On Brazil, because of like this man is completely clueless. I hope this is a wake-up call too for every one of them. Everyone that is feeling it, because sincerely speaking, if these people, if everything going on today is not affecting them, I am sure they would never ever call for anybody to help them speak up or talk about it. If you were people that look like me and other people that is affecting, that would have been the end. You would never hear them speak up, because tell me how they asked after election when they started losing their job, that can some people that did not vote for him lose their job while they retain their job? That is to tell you, if this is happening to them, they would never come out. They voted for this administration because they felt that this administration is going to grab people that look like me and other people which also voted for him. But no, everybody is actually being affected, and they are mostly, especially the farmers, are being targeted. But before I shut up my mouth, I want you to know that Black people were very, very specific when they told you guys that the grants that they usually give you people, Joe Biden gave you people during his administration, that you guys will not be getting it. You guys none of you ever listen. And now you all are feeling the impact. He has chosen Argentina. He's telling that Argentina needs help. They need help more than you. When you do not have any money, right, at this point in time, to do anything, and some of your crops, you could not pick it. You could not farm them. You could not harvest. You could not even sell. Why? Because people that used to buy soybeans cannot buy soybeans. Ranchers are crying. Literally every farmer that I have seen so far are crying. The people that were harvesting your farms, you all said you don't want migrant. Who do you people want? White people do not want migrant. They do not want anybody. Now, who is going to pick you up? See, with everything going on, I hope this is a great period for everybody. It's a teachable moment for people that wants to learn. That is people that wants to learn. But people that do not want to learn, what do you want me to do? But white people really do have a whole lot of wake up to do, because they sit back and watch bad things happen. The only time they wake up is only when they think that thing is going to affect them. And if it's not affecting them, that is it. They won't talk. They won't say anything. I am going to draw my curtain here. Bye for now.